A few months ago, I upgraded the Jeep Wrangler 2014 headlights with the JW speaker variety. So one thing I noticed recently is that the lights seem to be aimed off a little bit. So specifically, the passenger side light seems to be pointing towards driver too much and is a little bit lower. So we're going to try to fix that today. So to get the lights, we've got to remove the front grille. So probably familiar with this, but the first step is to take out all these tabs, pop the front grille out, and then take off the rings, and that way we can get to the lights and the adjusting mechanism so that we can aim our light. So let's get these popped out first. So here we go, let's take these tabs off. So just get a flathead screwdriver, pop the little rivet out, and the whole thing should pop right out. And there we go. Pop straight out. I've got a couple more of these to go. Let's get them done. Kind of want to be gentle with them because I don't want to wreck them. There we go. Come on, buddy. Well, here's that. And there's the rest of it. So once we have the front of the grille popped off, we gotta just get our hand in here, give a quarter turn to the blinker light, and it pops right out. Just let it dangle. Do the same thing on the other side. Pops right out. And then the grill comes right off. So just for reference, we'll mark out where the lights are positioned currently. And we'll see if we can move them over a little bit. So this one looks like it'll keep kind of where it is. I don't think we need to adjust this one. This looks fine. Now this one over here, this is the one we want to move. So here's our box. And we want to move it a little bit to the right and up slightly. So this is the before, and let's see what happens after. Alright, so here we have our passenger front headlight with the grille removed, so we can see the up and down aim screw, which is this guy right over here. Hopefully you guys can see that. And it takes number 15 Torx. So turning that clockwise is going to cause the beam to aim up, and turning it counterclockwise is going to cause the beam to turn down. Let's get that adjusted. Alright, so to move the lights left and right, we are going to have to actually pop the light out itself. The adjusting mechanism is just behind the light. So to be able to get at that, we need to pop off this ring, and to do that we need to take off 4 screws that are holding the ring and the light in place. And the screws are also number 15 Torx. So let's get them off and let's make our adjustment. Alright, so now the rings just pop straight out. And so will the light. So it's just attached by the wiring harness. We can just let it droop a little bit. And let's take a peek inside of there. Alright, now that we've got the light out, we want to get at this nut right over here. So we need to turn this. I believe it's counterclockwise. What we want to do is separate the nut further from the housing here, and that'll cause the light to aim further out towards the passenger side of the Jeep. So I don't have the proper tool. I'm sure there's a special tool for doing this, but I'm just going to use an adjustable wrench, try to get it in there and give it a couple of turns, and then I'll pop the light back in and see how far it's moved over, and see if the lights are better aligned. Alright, so there we have our nut caught in the wrench, and what we want to do is just turn it counterclockwise to cause the light to point towards the passenger side. Okay, it is a little bit tricky just because the axis isn't very good, and again we don't have the right tools, but it gets the job done. You can actually kind of feel the nut turn as you're turning it, but again you gotta have some patience. There it goes. more turn and we'll give it a test. Alright, let's see what that did. Alright, so now that we turned the housing out towards the passenger side a little bit further, we're going to pop the light back in. So there are a couple tabs in the light itself. We just got to make sure they line up with the housing tabs, and that should pop right in. There we go. So that's where the light would usually be held in by the ring. So we can just leave it like that for a second. And let's try turning our lights on and see what our adjustments actually did. Alright, so here we can see that the light has moved over a little bit to the right, or to the passenger side. There's our initial box that we drew around the light. And now you can see that it's moved over quite a bit to the passenger side. So there. Alright, and now just to put everything back together. So ring and grill going back on.